I saw a video today that was pretty infuriating.
Dude. Jesus, get off your phone.
This lady...
How are you that entranced by your phone you can't put that shit down? That's crazy.
He is behind the wheel of a rented vehicle from Turo. This is allegedly posted by the owner of that vehicle after, spoiler alert, she gets into an accident here and then tries to lie about what happened. This was posted in response to that to show what actually happened, and if you've got some keen peepers on you, the astute observers may have noticed she's texting while driving.
What's crazy is she hasn't put her phone down the entire time.
To be honest, I don't even think that's accurate to say because she is doing more texting than driving, so she's like,
yeah, really,
occasionally splicing in some driving between her texts. It seems like she's in some kind of heated argument, and that is like her primary focus is sending these text messages while on the road.
I guarantee you this isn't the only instance of... I promise you that's the reason why she doesn't have her own vehicle. Girl can't stay off her fucking phone.
I'm sure I don't need to educate you.
That's what happens whenever you keep getting into car accidents and you keep getting found at fault and your insurance keeps skyrocketing. They realize that the reason why is because you can't get off your phone.
On the dangers of texting while driving, I'm not the DMV, I'm also not your dad. I imagine most of you know that, and this is one of the most egregious examples of texting while driving I've ever seen. She could easily have
It's so blatant, too. She's not even trying to hide it.
Pulled over and sent those messages if it's that urgent, but instead she said, fuck it, we'll do it live, so she's doing it while on the road, risking her life and the life of those around her. I guess she's really got places to be in those messages. That's like fucking utmost importance. If you're not first, you're last. If you're not pooping, you're shitting.
It's crazy. She's still doing it. You know what really terrifies me is how often this happens. You would be shocked at how often this happens, of people not getting off their damn phone. Like, I guarantee you at least one person, I guarantee you each one of you that watch this have at least one person around them whenever they're driving to and from work that is doing this. That one person that's sitting at the stoplight and you gotta honk at them, it's because they're on their damn phone. She's going off the road. She's going off the road. What the fuck? What a loser. How you gonna sit there and scream? What the fuck?
Even while her car is veering off the road and blasting a mailbox, she is firmly grasping that phone. She is gripping the shit out of that. She still will not set it down in the act of crashing this vehicle. She treated that...
I'm just happy she hit a mailbox and not another person, because I'd have got out... Never mind.
Phone like it was the fucking Tesseract.
Never mind.
She was not part of it. It's not until it is finally stopped that she sets the phone down and then puts her head in her hand.
9 times out of 10, when you see a plowed over mailbox, unless it's malicious, it's some retard that don't know how to get off their damn phone. Get
and
off
then immediately
your phone.
picks the phone back up after like 3 seconds. It's like she can't be separated from it. It's her fucking umbilical cord. It's unreal. It's actually a miracle she didn't just have a head-on collision here. I counted too. She looked up from her phone only 5 times in the amount of time that she spent on that single lane there. So she spent the vast majority of her time there, behind the wheel, looking at the phone, glued to it. In fact, she even double-fisted the phone at one point to get two-thumb action in there. No hands on the wheel, not looking up at the road. It is actually an act of God that she didn't kill herself or somebody else there. Just an unsuspecting, innocent car that...
I feel like if they catch you doing this, they should just arrest you and put you in jail and throw away the key. Especially whenever you go and lie about it, too. What if she had hit somebody, killed a kid or something that was trying to cross the road?
She could have easily veered to the left instead of the right and just hit with a head-on collision, which would have potentially been
There
fatal.
was a vehicle going by her as well whenever she had veered off to the right. She's just lucky she went to the right instead of the left. She'd have gotten a head-on collision.
Also, her squeals that she lets out, oh man, that is ear piercing. And then she has
really.
that full blown angry middle-aged mom.
I don't know how you're gonna be angry when you're the one that caused it. Why do women do that shit? Like, check this out. So you'll be right in an argument, and then you prove them right, and then instead of admitting it that they're at fault, they immediately let out the biggest banshee scream I've ever heard, or they throw themselves on the floor and start crying like a little baby bitch, and it's like, man, we are cooked as a generation, bro.
Scream after it comes to a stop when it's entirely her fault. Apparently, again, the story is she's a nurse practitioner and lied to the Turo owner here of this vehicle about what happened and why the car got crashed. I haven't seen too many details on all of that, but it's entirely her fault. You can see here in the footage, she is texting the vast majority of the time that she spends on the road. And I imagine this isn't an isolated incident. This is probably how she goes about her daily commutes. You can tell people till the cows come home how dangerous and bad it is to text and drive.
No, how's it going, Alfred? In my country, that's a forbidden, and the penalty is good. W country, where are you staying at? I need to move. In prison only in America, our country is... Bro, sounds like a good country to me, shit.
But then you're still going to have people like this doing it. And
that sounds like a good country to me, man.
More common. I know there was even a trend a little while ago for streamers to do car streams, and in some of
it's kind of sad and scary to think so you went from having a bunch of drunk drivers and under the influence drivers to now you've got these fucking idiots that don't know how to get off their goddamn cell phones, and it's a lot more common than you think. Even if you get caught and pulled over for texting while driving, I think the penalty's not bad enough. They need to make it worse. Seriously. They do. Middle East is generally good, especially the Gulf countries. Okay. I'll be looking into that shit.
Then they were just texting and reading the chat while driving.
That's crazy.
While being filmed doing it. So it seems like people don't really grasp how important it is to not drive distracted. But anyway, this is probably the most egregious example of it that I've seen. This is unhinged. It's like she totally forgot she was operating a motor vehicle. She was so engrossed in her phone.
Yeah.
That took priority over everyone's lives around her and her own life.
It typically does.
I don't know what the outcome of all of this was. There's not a ton of information I can find on it. Other than, she's apparently a nurse practitioner and apparently lied about how the car got crashed. But the owner of the vehicle had the interior-facing dash cam as well as the other dash cam. People were debating if that's even legal to have, a rented car with an interior-facing dash cam. I looked it up. It is, but
yeah, of course it's legal. You know why? Because it's not their fucking property to bitch about. It's rented. So deal with the fact that you have a cam facing you. At the end of the day, a car is supposed to be used for transportation, not whatever you think could possibly be recorded with a camera.
You just need to disclose to the renter that it's there, which I imagine is part of the signed contract between them or something.
Yep.
I've never used Turo. I'm not super familiar with it, but it seems like the owner is well within the right to do that, and I could definitely see why people that are renting their car out might want that as a bit of a security measure here, as this case.
I think honestly, this renter got lucky. Because I'd imagine this lady has crashed cars that didn't have this, and she's gotten away with it.
This beautifully illustrates where your car gets wrecked, and then all of a sudden the person that was driving it starts farting out a fairy tale about how it's not their fault, and then you've got no evidence that it was their fault, so now you're stuck
Bro, let me find out that someone, if I ever owned a vehicle that I was renting like that, and then somehow they veered off the fucking road and hit a mailbox. Let me find out. How'd that happen? How do you do that?
Their dick in your hand, and you're going to have to pay for that most likely. So I can see why you would want that there, and in this case, it probably saved them a huge headache because they can instantly point to this as her fault. Because it is her fault. Entirely her fault. Anyway, though, enough blabbering about it from me today. A little PSA for you. Don't text and drive.
I think that if you're going to have a rental car company, you need to have dash cams, interior and exterior. Honestly. Hell, you might even need like dash cams just in general.